Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome in today for episode 63 of the Pod Ones podcast. I'm your host, Char J, joined by my co-host, Luke.
How's it going, everybody?
And Hereth Productions.
I'm dead.
He is, in
He's
fact,
a
not
Force
dead.
ghost.
But he is
He's a
here,
Force
and
ghost.
we're about to talk about Season 1, Episode 5 of Star Wars Rebels,
Wait,
a.k.a.
he
Rise.
disappeared. He is not here.
Oh, now he's dead, I guess.
Now he's back.
Today we're going to be talking about
I'm
Season
still
1.
alive.
Season 1, Episode 5 of Star Wars Rebels, a.k.a. Rise of the Old Masters. We're going to be looking into Ezra's training as a Jedi, or how it's going to start, and what it could have potentially been if it not were from the events of this episode.
But we have to say we are calling this week the week of Pat.
It's a pat sweep.
It's the Pat sweep. Because Char, introduce our guest.
Whoa, wait.
Well, first of all, Luke,
Wait,
we gotta
wait,
start
wait,
the
what?
episode.
Intro, you bozo.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, how about that? Huh?
Bozo.
Uno reverse card on that one.
Wait, Uno reverse. It looks like I'm paying the bill now.
The Jedi Knights are all but destroyed, and yet your task is not complete, Inquisitor. The Emperor has foreseen a new threat rising against him. The Podwans Podcast.
Is
All right,
the
now.
intro. Okay, let's bring in our guest, as Luke decided to jump the gun on that one. All right, so our guest has been on quite a lot of our show this week. He's been on all three of our reactions so far for Andor. He's coming out today to talk about Rebels, and he will be on for Sunday for our House of the Dragon watch along. And he has been on many Clone Wars shows. Let's bring in St. Pat the St. Pat Separatist Rebel. That's right. Okay. I confuse Separatist Boy and Separatist Rebel all the time, but let's bring him in.
He's a separatist simp.
He's also a Targaryen simp.
Bubble Freak!
Oh, Jesus. Pat, how are you?
I'm doing good. I just spent the day subbing, so I'm happy to be here decompressing with you guys.
There you go. Pat, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
I'm mostly on TikTok at @StPat_SeparatistRebel, and then I'm on Twitter at @StPat_of the Stars.
There you go. You ready to talk some Rebels?
Oh, I love Rebels so much. It's my favorite Star Wars show. Let's get started.
There you go. So we have a segment every week, and we like to start off the show with explain in 2 sentences or less. Describe the arc of the episode.
Alrighty, well, millennial feeling imposter syndrome tries to teach hyperactive Gen Zer, and then it all ends in sadness.
Oh man, Pat. Hereth?
I'm trying to figure out how to follow Pat, because Pat had a really good one, and
Yeah,
I was
Pat
very
had a really
close
good
and on
one.
beat with that one. Young space boy tries to learn to find a new teacher after the old teacher tries to reject them.
Okay, Char.
I will say kid learns how to fight and everyone gets bamboozled.
Kid has depressing state of imposter syndrome. And teacher finally gives in. And that's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we gotta put Atlantis' comment on
yeah.
the screen,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that is canon, and I will not deny that. That is
Oh,
a canon
Alright.
comment.
Pat has definitely set the bar way too
Yeah.
high.
Pat upped the ante when he was giving his.
Can I add? Can I amend my thing?
Yes.
Adding Gen X makes insensitive joke.
Oh, that's fair.
Because Zab jokes about the religion dying and dying
Yes,
out. Not
yes.
like it just faded away. Not that it just got wiped out.
Yeah. Also, real quick, do we want to give our thoughts a little bit on Andor?
We talked about our thoughts on Andor. Go watch our reaction, because YouTube's suppressing all our Andor reactions.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
can
if you've
watch
not-
Pat's reaction and our
Yes.
thoughts.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
the
If
Andor
you guys haven't seen our reaction to the 3 episodes of Andor, go check it out.
And
It's on our channel.
if you want to see me and Luke debate Separatists and Republic, go watch it.
Which, by the way, I have to, I saw a new Rockstar's breakdown of the episodes, of the 3rd one, and she says Republic spies or Republic officer, but it doesn't make sense in the timeline because you have the Separatists. But I think that they were Republic spies, undercover as Separatists, like people. And Marva was the one that shot down the ship. What do you
See,
think, Pat?
I have two prevailing theories. One, that the whole Separatist cell might be a part of his cover story, along with Fest, and that he was never actually a Separatist. Or two, we're getting the timeline a little wrong in the flashbacks because the mining has already happened and the event has already done. So this is like post Order 66, and the Separatists or people are being hunted, and the probably Republic officers that moved over or try to escape.
But that wouldn't make sense, Pat, because
I
then
know
they would.
that's why
because
I'm going with the first one that he made.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one makes more sense. The second one, not so much. Because I'm like, they would technically be calling them.
The second one's me trying to make Andor still be a Separatist.
Sorry, buddy. I just don't think that's the fact anymore. But
He's a
anyway,
Republic boy. He just doesn't know it.
yeah, he is. He's a yeah. Pat is now a Republic boy now. So
I mean,
everybody,
technically, he's a non-affiliated. He's neutral.
that we know of as of yet.
Marva's gonna drag him into it.
Yeah, Marva's gonna drag him into it. But let's go through the chat real quick. Kenny, what's going on? Pat, thanks for saying yo to
Boosting.
yourself. That's great. Not egotistical at all, hey. Then, hey, what's going on?
Hi, Ben.
Wait,
and
Kenny put his 2-up sentence, even though he's not on the episode, but he still gave it. Thank you for the support.
the true meaning of do or do not. That's true. But yeah, we are here to talk about Rebels. Rebels season 1, episode 5, Rise of Old Masters. But let's get into the story of this episode. All right, so basically the long and the short of this episode is basically Ezra trying to start his Jedi training, and Kanan is failing at training him because he's not confident in himself, and they kind of get into a tussle. Ezra falls off the ghost because Zeb and Chopper are being assholes, basically TLDR. And they come back into the ship. Ezra gets saved by Kanan. And Cal Drovis. Is Cal Drovis? Is that the name?
Gall Travis.
Gall Travis?
Mm-hmm.
He comes on the Hollow as a senator that is trying to be different in the Imperial Senate, but we already know like he's not because we've seen all this show. But
I just love while rewatching this in hindsight how obvious it is. It's like
yes, yeah. But supposedly Luminar and Julie survived the Clone Wars and has been captured, and she's being held on craft. Doesn't sound right.
It begins with an S, doesn't it?
Something like that. Oh, we lost Hereth.
Oh no.
Wait,
he returned back to the 4th.
No, he's back. Hereth, what's going on with that?
Don't know, my internet crashed for like 0.5 seconds.
Interesting.
But I was saying, did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't.
I said in hindsight, it's very obvious if you're rewatching the show that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because at first, when you're watching it, you're like, okay, this makes sense. It's like any plot twist. You're like, okay, it makes sense. And then now when you rewatch it, you see all the seeds. You're just like, well, duh, he's a double spy. Like the way the Empire is staging it, like we're gonna cut him off at this exact second, so we can lure them into a trap.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, so Kanan sees this and he's like, oh, maybe I can get her to train Ezra, right? But let's talk about the tactics of the Empire using propaganda like this to kind of lure Jedi out. So at the beginning of the episode, we see a hollow of Master Luminara alive, but by the end of the episode, we know that isn't true. Do we think the bodies we saw in the Inquisitorius and Kenobi are used in the same manner to capture surviving Jedi? Or is it just one instance of them using this tactic? And I have a third question after that involves this as well. But Pat, what are your thoughts?
I feel like it's storage. Like they can bring them out when they want to, and then just put them back to keep as trophies or as a warning, or even just to make the fortress seep in the dark side from having the echoes of there.
Yeah. So you think you think they do use them then on a
Oh
regular
yeah.
basis?
I mean, why wouldn't you, like, if you can manipulate the force or combine with some holo technology to make them feel like they're there? If you're hunting a Jedi who always goes to the rescue,
Mhm.
as we get from the Kenobi show, like using that the light against them, why wouldn't you?
That's fair. That's very, very fair. Harris, your thoughts?
No, I think I agree with Pat's interpretation. Like they definitely put that there in the Inquisitorius as a reminder. As for like example, Riva's character, she has to see the dead younglings that she was alongside with. That's just her constant reminder to stay on the path of the Inquisitors. And it's for, like you said, like it's for the Jedi that are super rescorious or like that kind of stuff that are seeped in the light. It literally is just the Grand Inquisitor's speech in Kenobi. Like the Jedi hunt themselves. Like that whole speech is just that's the whole meaning of Luminara.
Yeah. Sure.
I think it's different because Luminara was a Jedi Master, and everyone there was Tiras Anube, but I feel like they used him in a different manner because the Grand Inquisitor was able to have access of the Jedi archives, and he knew that Luminara and Depa Billaba were close. Like they were around each other a lot in the Jedi Order, and he knew that Caleb Doom was Depa Billaba's apprentice.
Yep.
So knowing that, he planned that it would entice a Jedi to come to Luminara's rescue, but it was just brilliant on Grand Inquisitor's part for getting him into that situation where he would be able to trap a Jedi. But I think it's exclusively just Luminara. I don't think it's going to
Luminara?
be. I think what's on Fortress Inquisitorius is strictly display,
Okay.
but Luminara's is her bones were used for a trap.
Now, I will counteroffer this. So
Because think about it though, Fortress Inquisitorius, you can't really get in there. Like they're
But we're
just
not-
there.
But we're not talking. Well, no. But I kind of agree with Pat. I think they are able to use them just like they use Luminara. They can use them in a certain way of just like they can use them as
To lure out certain Jedi.
to lure out certain Jedi.
Like you said, it was very specific to Kanan because of the connection to Lapa. If you had a storage of, like, you can just pick a file
Mhm.
and then here.
So Ven says, what if they were final trials for turning Jedi into Inquisitors? The bodies encased were people they knew, and killing them would confirm a Jedi's turn to Inquisitor. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I think that they do use. Well, I mean, I think they have certain Jedi for certain scenarios, and this is my reasoning. It kind of see, but here's the other thing: it comes against it as well. Because if they use Luminara, then people would be like, "Oh, well, why didn't Obi-Wan go save her?" And it's like, well, we see why he doesn't go save her. He's
Because he
been to
knows.
the Inquisitorius, so he knows. So catch-22, and he's not really watching the hollows anyway, so he's not going to go save her.
Well, also the hollows are specific to Lothal, because remember, and later in the season, because this is like a recurring thing throughout the season. When
Yes.
when the big mission happens where they're going to trap the Ghost Crew, and they do the final call. It's on Lothal because remember they're talking about, oh my god, Ezra and Zeb screwed everything up by killing a bunch of people, and they're like, that's a lie. And then he cracks the call.
Yeah.
So that was specific. They knew they were targeting the Ghost Crew. That was specific to them.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it would be an interesting thing. It would just be more relentless of the Empire to use that against surviving Jedi, because that is very enticing. It's very, very enticing for the Jedi, and I think it's an interesting take. That's for sure. But Pat, personally, what was your favorite part of this episode? Like, what's the highlight for you?
The highlight of this is when Kanan just stops trying to explain the Force to him and just tells him to use it when they're lifting up the blast door for
Yes.
the event.
Yes.
Throughout this episode, King was trying to put it into like concrete terms for
Mhm.
Ezra, and then he just tells, okay, just picture it and let it happen.
No, yeah, and I feel like that's the perfect way to teach. You can't always explain something to somebody because not everybody learns that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to show them how it works and why it works the way it does. And Ezra is like, if I were a Jedi, I'd be exactly like Ezra.
I
I
mean,
would
when it
need
comes,
it
I mean,
shown to me and actually like practice.
there's different when you're teaching. There's different styles of learning, and Ezra is definitely a tactile, hands-on learner.
Yes, yes, absolutely, and I couldn't agree more. Like that's that's the thing. Like I think Ezra's training is very interesting because it's very much opposite of like traditional Jedi training. Because they don't.
I agree. I agree with Alanis. I,
Okay,
good.
I was not a bad student. I was a C to B student. Was I rowdy from time to time? Absolutely, but I wasn't the class clown.
I mean,
So
honestly,
I
I
resent
can
that.
see you're on par with Ezra. The type of learning style you would need as a Padawan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that was just me teaching Luke how to edit. It was pretty rough.
Hey, I've got it down now. It's
You got it down now.
simply nice. Your master would immediately become a force ghost because of having to deal with you.
You got called out,
Ouch.
Luke.
Ouch.
The deafening
Kanan.
silence. That is deafening, and yeah, that's great. Yeah. Oh well, no shit. You are the teacher's pet. You kissed so much ass. Your nose was more brown than anybody else's.
Me and Alanis in the corner just being teacher pets.
I was a teacher pet too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Shocker. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Shocker. Shocker of the century. But anyway,
It's funny how the three people coming that are teachers becoming teachers were the teachers' pets.
The irony.
teachers' pets, more like nose browners. Anyways, just kidding.
Oh, Chris.
No, Chris, that's not. No, this isn't. No, God damn it,
You
Chris.
fell into one of his traps.
Son of a bitch. All right, well, we're moving on. So obviously the ghost crew is they go and try to save her, right? And every single step in this plan, Ezra's like trying to do his he's trying to follow Kanan. And even in the beginning, Kanan's like, "What are you doing? Like, I told you to stay with Zeb. Like, why are you?" And Ezra says, "I'm just doing what you are doing." You know what I mean? And that is so I feel like Kanan is so frustrated at this point that he's just like, okay, fine, whatever. We're just gonna get Luminara, and then you're gonna be out of my hair at this point.
I mean, Kanan's own feelings of not having finished his training and being inadequate is clouding his judgment, and his emotions are keeping him off focus from seeing what Ezra needs. And so it's great because we when we introduce to Kanan, he's always like that frazzled, grumpy guy, but you kind of see him get a little more bitter in this episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hereth?
I was gonna say, yeah, going to what Pat says, it's it goes back to like the ending of the episode. He's just trying to be Depa Balaba and Yoda. He's just trying to like get that inner like he's like just keeps echoing Yoda's statement, do not, there's no try. And Ezra is trying to do his best, and Kanan's just like get out of my way, essentially. But he's
Stop trying, kid.
but he's doing what Kanan's trying to do, but he's just not good at it yet. So he's just so Kanan's getting flustered as a teacher.
Yep. And then we ultimately see them run into the Inquisitor. They find out that Luminara really isn't alive. The Inquisitor pulls out the I've looked you up in the archives move. And they fight. This is the first time we see spinning sabers, actually, in canon.
My favorite line in this whole thing is when both Zeb and Ezra on 2 separate occasions go, "Does yours do that?"
Yes, I love that. Well, I shouldn't say it's the first time in canon we see spinning sabers because
it's the first time
that we
release
see
order wise.
Yeah, in release order. Well, but the double blade and it's spinning like that, spinning on its own instead of having your hands spin them.
Well, what about Grievous?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, but that's because of his hands.
The special type of lightsaber you're talking about.
Yes. And then by the end of the episode, Kanan kind of is like, you know what, I'm all you got, and I'm gonna try my best. Like, and even then, we don't really see him fully accept that until after the season, the last episode of the season, because he still has that fear. And it's so very, very interesting to dive deep into Kanan's character in this part of the season.
Then we get a nice shot of Space Dad playing baseball with his space son.
Yeah. So when they get the news Luminara might possibly be alive, Kanan's motivation is to rescue her and have Ezra and have her train Ezra. Why do you think Kanan is so unsure in his teaching abilities? I think we kind of touched that a little bit.
I mean, like he never became a knight. He's technically not a knight.
Yep.
He's still apprentice. He was like 12 when Order 6
13, I think. Yeah, 13.
When Order 66, and so he's not even very far along as Padawans go in the old order. So I think he's extremely aware of that, and plus he tries not to use his connection to the Force. So I think his connection to the Force might be a little questionable too in his own mind.
Yeah. Hereth.
I mean, what Pat said, literally everything Pat's been saying, I literally been thinking.
Verbatim.
There you go. Well, that's the end of my segment. Time to roll into Char's lore segment.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
And here we go. Okay, we're into the lore of episode 5 of season 1, Rise of the Old Masters. Okay, so the lore today, we have 2 segments, 2 parts of the lore today. The one is talking about surviving characters in Star Wars.
Interesting.
There have been many characters that have quote unquote perished in Star Wars that end up coming back, such as Boba Fett, Palpatine, Darth Maul, etc. In this episode, the Ghost Crew is told Luminar Unduli is alive, which ends up being a trap for Kanan and Ezra by the Grand Inquisitor. There have been many people in the Star Wars community that have speculated characters that can come back from the dead, especially, hold your tone, Mace Windu. If there was one character that you would love to have survived any instance in Star Wars, who would it be?
Who? Wow.
Let's start with Pat.
Yeah.
We'll give him a few seconds to think about this because it's there's a lot of characters that you would love to keep
do you have to ask me that? I mean, like me?
Oh
my God!
Yeah. That's right.
Oh my God, shot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Qui-Gon, yeah. Why Qui-Gon though?
Because I think it would be a really fun thing if like he was the one that fell down the Rakia when he died, and then right when Anakin's turning, he comes back.
Telling him no.
And it's just I think it would just be a fun
Did he
drama.
just know when he just picks him up and
moment.
throws Anakin?
I think it would be extremely emotional. Like they're battling on Mustafar, and Obi-Wan's going through all these emotions, and then suddenly Qui-Gon appears.
Oh shit! Jesus, that would have been nuts. Palpatine would have been like, "God damn it, he won't die."
Qui-Gon just like he's like trying to like
Obi-Wan.
listen to the sound. He's like, wait, is that the movie that I heard when I died? He hears Duel of the Fates in the background. I was like, I've heard this song before.
Yeah. Hereth.
It's so hard with revivals because I feel like all the characters I feel like should have survived or have lived all got revived. So it's like Maul. Okay, he got a
I
missed
got one.
opportunity with
I
episode 1.
I got one that you're not gonna think of. I
The
got one.
only character I can really think of, but it's not. It's hard because it's like, I'm gonna go with my gut. Phasma. I'm gonna go with Phasma because I feel like
Interesting.
that could be an interesting story to tell. Having Finn reface his Master and
Yeah.
maybe having a little bit of a redemption arc for Phasma. That could be interesting, and like having a characterization of her cowardness. But besides that, there's not one big character that stands out to me.
There's
Why
one.
why do you want a redemption arc for Phasma? That's interesting.
Because I always thought like Phasma as the going to the Resistance would be kind of an interesting flip. But obviously we can't do that because the First Order and Final Order are gone.
Char, do you want me to answer mine?
Go ahead, yeah.
Since it's your segment. Stellan fucking Geos. Stellan Geos. That man was done so fucking dirty. Stellan Geos.
Hey,
come on.
Hey, he's in the bottom of the ocean, Luke.
I understand that, but that man's deserved better, all right? He deserved to
Blame
be-
Elzar. Blame my favorite character, Elzar.
Elzar, man. I am Elzar, man. Me and Alanis had this conversation earlier. I am Elzar, man. Like, it's not like I'm like, I'm Anakin Skywalker, and then she's like, no, you're Elzar, man. And you're like, yep, you're absolutely right.
Does that
Because I know when I'm wrong, I always ask for forgiveness.
does that
to try
make
to figure
Char
it out.
Stellan then? Do you just kill off Char?
God damn it.
What's that?
Wait,
if he's Elzar, that means you're Stellan, Char.
Yeah.
That means he
until
just killed you
I
off.
have to wait to grow back the mustache though.
wait, then what am I in this trio?
Wait, hold. I guess
You
that
could
makes
be,
you Avar. That's
Ooh,
not
yeah,
bad. Ooh, yeah, bro. I can't do the Elzar cosplay because
I
I'd have
can
to
kinda
shave my
pull it
beard,
off,
and she
'cause I
can't.
look-
She
You
will
could be
not let
you
me
could be
do it.
Wreath Silas.
I could be Reef. I guess that kind of works.
Another one. Twi'lek. What's his name? Can't remember his name from High
Loden?
James Sedula?
Loden Greystorm.
Oh, no, yeah, Loading Greystorm.
No, but
Yeah,
Loden's
Loden
death
Greystorm would be a good one.
Loden's death was good. It was a good.
Yeah, it was good, but like I'd still like to see him back and have like a whole arc and see how
You
that
got that.
changes.
You got that
Belle's
revival
thing.
for Bell, and then as soon as he gets revived, he gets taken away. It's great.
Yeah, that's why I cosplayed Annie, Luke.
Yeah, because you're emo. You have no emo. You have less
wanna
of an
bet.
emo. You have
You
less
wanna
emo
bet.
than I do.
You want to bet? You should see my Apple Music library. You would be shocked.
Would you cry as much as my chem as Alanis did last night?
Probably not as much, but I'm not like a huge My Chemical fan. I like some of their songs, but I'm not like all out on them. I'm more of a Green Day person.
Green Day is good.
Green
Alanis-
Day is good, but
Luke-
like really, that's what you're gonna live and die on your emo for.
Atlantis has said has entered
Well-
the conversation. Said Char has more.
That's not true. That's
Yeah.
impossible.
Okay,
Anyways.
don't be Luke Skywalker when he's about to fall off.
Anyways,
You're like, that's not true. That's
Dude, that's
impossible.
impossible.
Search your
Char,
feelings. You know to be true.
Char, yours.
I was thinking maybe one of you said this. I mean, especially when we're covering Rebels, but Kanan Jarrus.
Oh, that's true.
But it's like it goes back. It's like the World Between Worlds moment of Ahsoka being like, if you take him out of this moment, it's nothing. Ezra's sacrifice means nothing.
I know, but the amount of emotion that I got when I saw Kanan sacrifice himself for the group, it it tore me apart.
Oh, another one.
I miss Kanan.
I know, another one has to be Cassian and Jin.
That one's I
Nah.
could kind of understand that one to an
Yes.
extent
They just tank the Death Star blast. They're just like, "Yo, what's up?"
because the reason why I said at the beginning of my segment it's like it was hard to pick one character is because when you pick a character, it has to be a character that had
Bonk.
Reverse bonk. Reverse bonk.
Spencer's, that dirty store.
as
God
I was
damn
saying.
it, sorry.
It's hard to pick every character to revive because you have to think of a character that had a lot of potential or a lot of opportunity, but got killed off too early, but they still have enough of a story to tell. Maul, Palpatine, Boba Fett, Fennec Shan, all
Stellan
characters.
Geos.
Sort of, I can understand that one, but like you have to think in that parameter and that kind of box.
Is that the box that we're being secluded to, Char, or is it just willy-nilly?
Anybody, anything, doesn't matter.
Okay, then I want Anakin Skywalker back for the sequel trilogy. Bam.
What?
You Anakin stan.
Just
You-
kidding. That would have completely okay. That's
We
fair.
should have gotten an Anakin Force Ghost in the sequel trilogy.
I agree.
That should have.
That
I think that is a missed fucking opportunity. To be honest with you.
like we could have Luke talking, Force Ghost talking to Rey, and then Anakin talking to Kylo.
Well, Anakin talking to Luke, which I still think to the end of this day, I think that it was Anakin talking to Luke when he disappears in The Last Jedi. I truly do.
We know it's not. It's Obi-Wan. That's canonized. It's in the
Is
Last
it?
Jedi novelization. Yeah, Obi-Wan says, "Let go, Luke. Let go."
No, I mean in Last Jedi.
Yeah, when he lets go and becomes a Force Ghost,
Really?
that's Obi-Wan.
Is it
yeah.
Obi-Wan?
It's in the novelization.
Pep, I'm gonna need a
Yeah,
a
Pep.
check on that.
So when Luke vanishes in The Last Jedi, Luke is saying that Anakin talks to him, but Hereth is saying that Obi-Wan talks to
I mean,
him.
it wouldn't
and that
surprise
is
me if it was
established in The Last
Obi-Wan.
Jedi novelization.
Yeah, it would make sense if it were Obi-Wan,
It's
but
the
I
same-
would love for it to be Anakin.
It's
Just because I would love for Anakin and fucking Luke to have more time together. God damn it. We got
again,
robbed in Shadows of the Sith. Robbed.
And it was a great scene, but too short.
It was. God damn it. And fucking Palpatine fucking ruined it. Yet again, that fucking asshole is
I
a
just,
thorn in my ass.
I just love how in that scene Anakin's like, "Oh, Luke, I'm gonna tell you this information, but I can't really say anything because it's gonna fuck up the timeline. Well, bye."
No,
Like-
he's like, somebody's in the middle. They're
I love
Taking
even
the
how
Force.
even in
Disappears.
both their
Beast.
even in both their deaths, Palpatine is always still messing with Anakin.
God,
Like,
it's so
he
fucking
corrupted-
sad.
He corrupted his last act by having Darth Vader speak to Ben.
Okay.
All right. Oh wait, so we have.
I don't.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't
Of-
think it narratively makes sense.
I don't think it makes narrative.
It's also
Okay,
Obi-Wan
that's
because of
fair.
A New Hope, because of let go, Luke, let go.
That's
From the
fair.
trench run. Mhm.
That's fair. I want it to be Anakin because those two need to have more time together. Because god damn it.
Luke may be slightly biased in this
Oh,
conversation.
I am absolutely fucking biased. It doesn't matter. I am so biased that doesn't even matter anymore.
You said Obi-Wan was your favorite show before the show even came out.
No, yeah, it is. It still is. Andor's great. I just connect to Obi-Wan more.
Okay, so like if Kenobi was Andor, half of the show was released in one day. But you know,
God.
because Disney Plus was like, oh wait, Andor is more important than the special series. So you know what? Let's have 3 seasons of this expanded story. We'll have this little tiny show for Obi-Wan. And also, Luke, you've been saying you said Obi-Wan Kenobi was the greatest show before it even came out.
Which
I
is what I
did.
said.
I did.
I mean,
I know.
I've been saying the same thing about Andor. So
No, I'm
But
just
it
making
seems-
fun
but
of
it seems like more people are agreeing with you, Pat, which is I feel like that's fair. It is kind of it's different, and I really appreciate it for what it is.
Which
That's
is
what I
funny.
like.
No, the reason I'm joking, dragging you through the mud, is because during the reaction, I go, "Oh, I really like the first 3 episodes. This is my favorite so far." You're like, "No, you can't say that yet." So I'm just
Yeah,
dragging you because for Kenobi.
Yeah. Hey, you can't say that now. You can't say that until episode 6, man. You can't say it. Come on. No, you can say whatever you want. I don't care. It is really, really good. I appreciate with what they've done with these two shows, and I feel like comparing them is like comparing apples to oranges because
a
they're
nice
trying to do two
gourmet
different things.
dinner and then versus like a burger. I don't know what I'm going at here.
Wait, which one?
A burger.
Here's listen food.
Okay, gourmet food is your nice steak dinner. That is your Andor. Your burger is Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're both good food.
Yes. There you go. Not an Andor commercial coming on TV now. The tech is listening to us.
It's the
It
will of the
is.
Force.
Shut up, Pet. They didn't have fun. It was emotional damage. Okay, I didn't appreciate it. I'm sorry, Pet.
All right, now
Boys.
moving to the second part of the lore. So as we move on, chat, if you want to go ahead and say which character that you would love to survive in Star Wars, go ahead and do that now. Is there anyone else you want to add, guys, to that list?
Are we being serious?
No, anybody.
Are we being joking?
No, it doesn't matter. Like which
Dexter
character that you would.
Jettster.
We don't know if he's dead.
Which, by the way, he's in Phase 2 of High Republic. Apparently.
He is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
motherfucker's old. He is the glub shitto of the glub shittos, motherfuckers.
Wait, that makes Dexter Jettster like over 400 years old.
He's up there.
Go.
The man's been at a mine. He's worked at a mine. Now he owns a fucking restaurant. The man's is put in the years.
He was prospecting on Subterrell.
Growl.
If his
by the
species-
Rishi Mace.
if his species can live that long, just think how long Pong Krell was alive. That's a scary thought.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Ponkrell worth. You know what? I would bring him back just to kill him again. That's what I would do. Same with Keanu Moody. Bring that motherfucker back, bash his two brains in, and then put him back in the grave.
Okay, that's a little bit excessive. But anyways, we move on to the second part of the lore segment of the show, which this one is called Jedi Masters. Pretty simple, but you'll get what I'm trying to go for in a little bit. Knowing that Kanan decided to take Ezra to Luminara for better Jedi training, it shows Kanan's ability and tolerance towards Ezra at this point in time. For some examples of the Jedi training, when Obi-Wan Kenobi was a Padawan in the Jedi Order, no one wanted to train him because every Jedi Master believed he was too unpredictable, until Qui-Gon Jinn saw something in Kenobi. Also, when Din Djarin brought Grogu to Ahsoka for proper Jedi training, and she sensed the darkness within him, so she refuses to teach him. Now we move to the question. If there is a Jedi Master that you would love to be trained by, whether it would be solely for Jedi training and or personality, who would it be and why?
Time out. Ponkrell trained Coleman Trevor. No wonder Jango Fett took his ass out.
I think Pep is just fucking around.
Oh. Are we sure?
I'm
That would be
almost certain.
fucking hilarious.
That would be
make
funny
some
as
sense.
fuck if that's
anyway.
canon.
Ponkrell, good relations with the Verk. I do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Pat, go ahead.
Well, Qui-Gon is one obvious
Yes.
answer, but
Yes.
I think if to choose anyone besides Qui-Gon, I think it would be Mace.
Really? Huh.
Nice.
Nice.
I mean, I love Mace as a character. I think
Yes.
he's a really top, great Jedi. I think personally he would have a lot to teach me because I'm a very hyperactive person, and I think he would teach me a lot of nice
Patience.
skills. Yeah.
He seems to be very good at patience, apparently. But also bring Orla Jaruni back, please.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
please.
another one of the characters. Okay.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of Mace Windu, Kenny would want to bring Mace Windu back because he would love a Luke Mace interaction. How would that work?
I think it'd be-
Yeah, you're son of a
fucking
bitch.
No. He would like a Skywalker, another Skywalker, and just leave.
Great. Yeah, he's just like, yep, I know how this went last time. I'm gonna get the
For,
fuck out of
for
here.
Anakin, he says, "Take a seat." For Luke, he says, "Stand up, young Skywalker."
Oh,
no,
Jesus.
no.
Take
What'd
a
be
bow,
funny-
young Skywalker.
No, imagine the Book of Boba Fett, episode 6, and it's just Ahsoka, Mace, and Luke, and Mace and Ahsoka are just vibing, and Luke's just like, "What the hell's going on?"
Shake
No,
my
no,
hand,
it's
young
not-
Skywalker.
No, oh, hold on.
This is the
Brooks
most-
here.
most
Bring up the
unsubtle-
brand.
Most
Drink
Here we
up
go.
the
transition
Far,
ever.
FarFarAwayFactory.com coming up right now.
All right, Char, do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
You
already,
can do
you
it.
were already. All right, okay. All right, farfarawayfactory.com. It is our friend Brooke B. Dazzler's Etsy shop. She has everything from DC, Marvel, DC, Marvel, Star Wars. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? Yeah, but I've got her Brotherhood sweatshirt. It's really comfy, and I wear it during the summer every day. Not the summer, winter. Sorry, what the hell am I talking about? But yeah, go check out her her website, farfarawayfactory.com. Jesus, I am struggling today. You can follow her on TikTok at _BDazzler_. Yeah, just go check out her website. If you want to go support her on Etsy, cool, but we'd rather have you go to the website because she makes cool shit.
She
I
makes
mean-
cool earrings. She makes T-shirts. She makes sweatshirts. She makes stickers, and she makes all other good stuff.
Brooke, if you're gonna start making some House of the Dragon merch, I may have you
Yes!
commission some Daemon
Yes!
Targaryen shoes.
Yes. Yes, House of Dragon.
Or
You
she makes
watch our
like
reactions every
wait,
Monday.
We need some
Wait.
Damon merch.
no. What if she does team shirts? It's team green, team black.
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
it.
no.
Brooke, you have to do it. Brooke, you have to do it, and then we can wear it for stream.
Light
Oh
bulb.
my God.
Light bulb.
Yes,
Light
yes.
bulb.
We all wear like
yes,
we all
oh
have
my
our
God.
team shirts. We're all like team black, team green.
Yes, and then we start yelling at each other, and Kels will be Team Green, and she'll be the only one.
No.
Okay. I
I would wear that.
would wear it. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
wear it. I would wear it. I would wear it. But anyway, no,
Continuing on with what we were doing,
Harwin slut. That's another good one.
I'm always Team Black. So back onto what we were talking about. So for Jedi Masters that you would want to train you, Kenny says Dooku, more knowledge and class. We all know Dooku's got a lot of class. Very, very fancy gentleman, and he's very, very
He might
knowledgeable
be
Force user.
fancy, but he's the biggest asshole ever.
I want Ahsoka to talk to Finn.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
If Ahsoka
Is dead.
I mean, I think she lives
I mean,
a while longer after.
Togrutas have a
Mandalorian.
long lifespan.
I think she lives
Yeah.
into the sequel trilogy and even possibly beyond it.
But
I think she's gone the Wayseeker route.
She's alive, Char. I didn't say she was dead.
Again,
I said if.
I just want Keanu to talk to Blinker Satan. Look, I helped your people. I sent the droid. I sent the Jedi to help.
I didn't send
Droid
myself,
attack-
but I sent a Jedi.
Yeah,
said
yeah.
the
What about the
Jedi.
droid? What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? And you
I was
just
so
see, and
concerned
just see
about you
Krsan-
guys, but I was sent to Magito.
You just see Krsan finish his drink, put the drink down, walk up, pick
Bail and
him
throw
up,
him
and
to
just bam.
Bale and Thrawn to be the funniest ass conversation. You have like battle tactics the man with politics the man. How would that
Yes.
go?
So this is where you're lacking in politics. I'm gonna give you a one-on-one class on how to be a good politician in your military.
Senator Bail Organa, let me show you this piece of art. Very blue, very, very orange, very beautiful color.
Look, that's Alderaan. That
If you-
was your planet.
If you look at the shape of the jawline, this is how we win the war.
Oh God.
Example, the Mona Lisa. This one is a very exquisite piece of art. If we look at this, look at her brown or
But
her black dress.
The thing is,
This will be the way to
I
beat
can s-
the rebellion. I don't know.
I can see Bell and Thrawn doing like a Charles and Magneto chess thing. You know, do like out in the and they play the chess in the movies.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah. That'd be a good one.
So Pat, you said Mace Windu. Hereth,
Yes.
who would your Jedi Master be?
I had to put a lot of thought into this. I'm gonna say Comac Vias.
Comac.
Oh, nice. You want to do some knowledge, learn some
Yeah.
things in the library, you little nerd.
No, it's only just because of that. No, it's solely because of the Into the Dark final scene when he's like,
Oh yeah.
this is the flaws of the Jedi. This is not why they're not gonna work. This is why we need to do differently.
What are you gonna take
Yeah.
the bearish vow?
I don't know. I'll follow Comac to the grave.
There you go. That's
Comex is
fair.
my favorite High Republic Jedi.
I've got 2. Stellan Geos and Obi-Wan Kenobi because they're basically the same fucking person.
Boo! I thought you were gonna say Anakin, you basic bitch.
No, I actually I would prefer Obi-Wan over Anakin because I feel like it would be chaos if Anakin Skywalker was my master. Straight chaos.
See, that's why I asked him. That's why I said whether it would be purely for Jedi training and or personality. Like, I feel like I know Luke loves Anakin, but I knew that Luke being trained by Anakin would not go
You
well.
are not. I am not a basic bitch. You basic bitch.
I'm a basic bitch.
Comac. Fucking Comac.
Hey, guess
Come
what?
on, you nerd.
Guess what? Guess what? At least I can admit I'm a basic bitch.
Take that.
I always
that.
admit I'm a
Take it.
basic bitch.
That's
Empire
literally
and
my Star
Empire
Wars bio.
Empire and Revenge of the Sith are my 2 favorite Star Wars films. I am as basic comes.
If you look at my Twitter bio, it just says I'm a basic Star Wars creator.
Now I'm just imagining that we're Padawans and we're in the dining hall and our masters are in the corner just staring at us.
Qui-Gon's looking at well, no wait. Yeah, because Pat chose Mace Windu. Oh God.
Joe said I vibe with Loden. Trial by
Yes.
fire works with my form of learning. Nice.
I just imagine the Homelander scene in The Boys. Push.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
no. No. Sad
Oh
day.
Jesus. Have you not met me? I want Plo Koon. Yes. There you go. I can cheers to that.
So yeah, before I was about to say it, yes, I agree with you, Chris. I would want Plo Koon as my master because 1, he is a very caring person, and you can tell by how he treats clones during the Clone Wars and the way he treats Ahsoka, especially when they
Yes.
went to go
Little
find
Ahsoka.
when they had that little interaction with young Boba and Aurra Singh.
It's a
Would
high
you
nooner.
like to try and prove your theory?
It's a nooner. Yes.
It's high noon.
It's high noon. Sorry, Char. I kind of derailed your whole segment. I apologize.
It's okay. Hey, we've already got to the cream of the
This is
crop.
the Padawans podcast. Everything gets derailed at some point.
It
Yeah, no
comes with the
shit.
territory. It's
No
expected.
shit, it does.
From this panel right here, Pat
Yes.
would want Mace Windu as his master.
Yes.
Hereth would want Comac Vitus as his master. Luke would love either Obi-Wan or Stellan Geos as his master. And I
Yes.
would love Plo Koon.
Ugh.
So that is the end of the lore segment. Let's
Wait.
segue right into hair.
Wait, before I get to mine, I have one comment for Alanis. Can you put Alanis's comment on the screen? No, you want Yoda. Now let's go to our second.
All right, and that's a great transition right there.
Let's
My
segue.
experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Here we go.
I love that transition.
You started it
Let's go
right when I was
into
about to say, let's segue into the interconnectedness. And then you're just like,
Oh my god, bro.
too much derailing and not enough railing. However, Andor exists.
You're not wrong. We got a nipple, Brooke. That was amazing.
It was in the
We
reaction.
got
I
a
did
nipple
not,
shot.
and I did not cut it.
My dad tossed me in the ocean to learn to swim, so Loden chucking Bell into the air hit home. Awesome.
So
And
you were
then,
like Grey Worm?
Pab, oh my god, my dad told me he'd catch me in a pool and I jumped in and he swam away. Beautiful. And then Alana said I'll take it because then I get to have my Padawan destroys their master arc.
Oh,
So you okay. There's no way you're defeating Yoda, let me tell you that. He will yell and then he will do about 25,000 jumps and
yell.
flips.
He doesn't know how to yell. Yeah, but that's like not
The yell.
that's like not yelling. That I feel like Yoda would be the I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Disappointed I
that-
am.
That's Mace Windu.
Sad I am. Kill Alanis. I shall.
He doesn't kill. That's so not Yoda, you dummy.
Throw a lightsaber in Clone's chest, I must.
I just love how I haven't even gotten to my own segment because it was just so
Oh,
derailed,
yeah.
and I'm here for the
Anyway,
audience.
Sorry,
go to the
go ahead.
interconnectiveness.
Yeah,
Stop, stop, stop.
interconnected. Sorry.
Speaking of, literally, me and Luke were on the same page about this, and he stole one of my questions, so I had to improvise. I'm putting that in the podcast. Fuck you. Anyway,
Sorry.
so with Kenobi now as hindsight with this episode, Pat, I gotta ask you, how do you feel about revisiting Jason Isaac's role as the Grand Inquisitor, and how do you feel as you compare it to Rupert Friend's, characterization wise and acting wise?
I think Rupert really enhances the Grand Inquisitor. Because all I was thinking, like the first time I saw the Grand Inquisitor when I was rewatching today on my lunch, it was like, "Hello, third sister."
Hello.
Hello,
third
third sister.
What's
And-
better? What's better? Hello, third sister, or Cassiander?
Or wait, we can't forget the OG.
I'm the Inquisitor. Well,
Cobb Vance.
There's just something about the way that Rupert says "Hello, third sister" that
That's so great. Hello.
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 acoustically it hits a sweet spot.
There you go.
And so, but no, but like, and then like, because he like, in this episode, you get a hint of his detailedness and his prudentness and stuff, but then Rupert just really goes into that, and he's very meticulous person in Kenobi, and so I think it just when he's giving that whole Jedi Archives speech to Kanan, it's like, yeah, okay, this is the Grand Inquisitor.
No, yeah, you hit it on the head there, Pat. Like honestly, I think it's the fact that people were complaining that he hadn't watched Rebels is absolutely asinine now, because I feel like after Kenobi, his character, like Rupert Friend's Grand Inquisitor and Jason Isaacs, it's the same. If not, they learned more. It's like this is the experience that he has learned dealing with Jedi at the caliber of Obi-Wan Kenobi
And Reva as well.
and Reva as well. So I feel like it actually enhances Jason Isaacs' performance a lot. Actually, it gives it more. We get more backstory on him, which we didn't really have besides the Vader 2017 comic, and I think that's just very, very good.
And then when we get to it later, when we see him with in the temple guard outfit, now where he
Yes.
was in Kenobi to there, that's gonna be a fun feeling.
Yeah.
I love the Grand Inquisitor in Vader 2017, especially when he's in the Jedi Temple about to face Jocasta Nu, and he's reading all the archives, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck you, Jocasta. I get to finally read these books," and he's just like so.
Yeah. Char?
Well, I feel like the Grand Inquisitor, when it comes to Kenobi and Rebels, it's so different because when we were announced that we were going to see the Grand Inquisitor in Kenobi, and then everyone was talking about his appearance, his actor, and how he looked, it was different because when you thought about Jason Isaacs' Grand Inquisitor, it just felt like he was different in a way. But then
But that's the
obviously when
point.
Kenobi was set in stone, that they were very similar. They were the exact character because everyone was just looking at it at face value and saying that is not the Grand Inquisitor. But when you think about the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels with Jason Isaacs, his portrayal is exactly the same way as what Rupert Friend did in Kenobi. And I just love how they are able to have that type of personality, but also have that insane amount of knowledge. Because when the Grand Inquisitor's like, you must have trained with Deba Balaba, like 10 seconds after his interaction with Kanan, it's like, this is crazy. Like, this is
And then it also goes to saying to credit to the talent of the writers, because if they're able to convey the same interpretation of the character when Rupert's reading it to what Jason Isaac read it, and I think that's amazing. Like, think about it. We all read but a High Republic, and so we all have different images of Stellan Geos, but we all get his character so well in our head and when we're talking about him. So
and it's like when we were thinking about what the Grand Inquisitor would be in Kenobi as juxtaposed to what he is in Rebels. They are on different tasks because at this point in time, the Grand Inquisitor is like, he's leading the pack. But in Kenobi, it's all about Grand Inquisitor handling Reva and making sure that she's not going awry or doing anything out of ordinary that doesn't fit his needs or standards. And I just love how, because when the Grand Inquisitor meets Kanan and Ezra for the first time,
Son of
and
a
he's
bitch.
like, he's like,
Son of
welcome.
a bitch.
I am the Inquisitor. He just has that attitude, and Rupert Friend portrayed that extremely well.
You son of a bitch.
I love this, Chris. I love this
How
energy.
dare you? How dare you do that to Master
mean-
Geos?
You mean that sea? That one right there?
Under the sea. Under the
Let us
sea.
see. There's a Jedi Master.
Oh, stop it. All right. I apologize.
I still can't get, because isn't it? I was gonna say, isn't Elzar's description of the Force an ocean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rip. Now I'm in deep depression. Thanks, Chris. I will be sending you my psychiatry bill now. I hope you enjoy it.
Wait, why Chris? I gave you the more sadder one of every time he's gonna use the Force.
He
he's gonna be
brought
thinking
up
about
Under the
Stellan.
Sea.
And I,
That's
and I made it worse. Way worse. actually.
you want my psychiatry bill? I know he can pick it up. I'm just saying. Oh my
my god.
Jesus Christ, Pep. And one could describe space as an ocean off stars. Not wrong.
I was gonna say, Char, do you have any? I think you were going on like a whole interpretation thing. With,
And then I got all wild. I
No,
apologize.
that's all I got to do. I mean, Rupert Friend did an amazing job as a Grand Inquisitor, and
Agreed.
Jason Isaacs is the one that's going to be most memorable. I mean, if you haven't seen Rebels, you know that Jason Isaacs is like the Grand Inquisitor, but also Rupert Friend did an amazing job with trying to portray with what Jason Isaacs did. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like that they're not too far off when it comes to differences and similarities.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Now moving into the second question, even though I would have done the trophy one, but Luke was like, "Snipo question."
Hey, I just got to it first.
Hey, I had a whole Andor video to get.
Strike first, strike hard.
Okay, Cobra Kai. So again, as
That
Rebels
kick
is
was illegal. That kick was illegal. Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway.
that one. Anyway, we keep getting derailed. I would say Rebels as a whole has been like a really good homage and callback to the original trilogy, especially with this episode in particular with like score motifs. Like the whole mission to get Luminar is very particular of like them sneaking into the Death Star and trying to get Leia out.
Mm-hmm.
And we mostly see it with Kanan's teaching being very similar to Yoda's in The Empire Strikes Back. So, how do you feel with Rebels, the High Republic, and future canon mediums using the original trilogy teachings from Yoda and Obi-Wan and kind of inserting them into the prequel trilogy and having that be the original teaching? Because I'm also getting reminded of with Siege of Mandalore when Anakin's like, because Master Kenobi has no such thing as luck. Good thing I taught you otherwise. Like other sides like that, like they're trying to take like Alec Guinness and Frank Oz and just kind of implement it back in.
Well, I think this was a perfect episode for that because that line grabbed so many audiences and members in Empire Strikes Back, and we say it even now we're always repeating that line, and so many people even take it to heart that to dedicate a whole episode to it, especially when you're coming to a point where again it's Padawan training, and and that lesson's there, and it stretches it out. It's just not a quick saying that Luke does learn, but we get to see it. We get to see it more in action.
I think it's interesting. I love the fact that they're like, it's not Yoda or Obi-Wan that were saying this. It's from Jedi that they learned it from. Like, I know it's been a while since I've read Phase 1 of the High Republic, but I'm pretty sure like there are multiple things said from Yoda's point. Like Yoda has said to like Stellan Geos or Elzar Mann, and and it harkens back to the original in the prequel trilogy.
I think I'm trying to remember. In Midnight Horizon, doesn't Comac make a joke about that? Or
Yes, he does. If I remember correctly, yeah. So it's just like small little things, and I think it's so interesting how they are trying to connect the entire universe together. When Star Wars is such a big universe, right? We're talking about galaxies. We're talking about millions and millions of planets, and it's so vast that we can throw in a saying, and it can make sense throughout the Skywalker or the Star Wars saga.
Mhm.
From from the age of the High Republic to all the way to the sequel trilogy, and I just think it's so great how they can use that and make it successful, kind of, and make it grab people a certain way.
And I think all the lessons of the Jedi are these main ones that they're picking and choosing, they're very basic and
Yes.
simple to the tenants. And so I think it's a really great way to like sum up what the Jedi are about in their mission again.
Yeah. Sure.
You guys summed it all up. You guys have done an amazing job with summarizing that question.
All right. Well,
you know what time it is?
Now it is. Hold on.
I know what time it is. 3 interesting facts about a certain Rebels arc that you didn't know about until now. Yeah, that's what I do.
Good.
Yeah, that's my thing. 3 interesting facts about a certain Rebels arc that you didn't know about until now. Part 4, Rise of the Old Masters Edition. Fact 1, a connection to Clone Wars events. The Stygian prison known as the Spire was the same secret facility where Darth Maul was held captive in the comic series Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir. The environment was developed for an episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars that was never completed.
Interesting.
Fact
I didn't know
2,
that.
a Star Trek's actor's portrayal. The voice of Gall Travis, Senator in Exile, is provided by Brent Spiner, who is perhaps best known for his role as the android Lieutenant Commander Data on Star Trek The Next Generation. Fact 3, naming by accident. The creatures that are attracted to the Phantom are called Tibides. This name stems from the fact that for a time, the creatures were labeled TBD by the production team, meaning their names were still to be determined. And there you have it. Those are 3 interesting facts about Rise of the Old Masters.
I love those.
Those were 3 really good ones, Char.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's been a while. It's been a while since you've had some real good ones.
That was very interesting.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very interesting.
Appreciate
and
it.
now it's time to.
Did you actually update the graphic for once?
They've been upgraded since last time.
Oh yeah, I forgot Char did it. Thank you,
Yeah,
Char.
Char did do it. So
thank you.
Now it's time to rank the episode. Chat, get involved. Let us know what you guys think. So we've got Ensign, Lieutenant, Captain, Admiral, Grand Admiral. Pat, where does this ranking sit?
Well, see, this is one of my personal favorites. But in the grand scheme of Rebels, especially season 1, I'm going to put it at a captain. It's good.
Wow. Interesting.
Well,
I thought you would have gone Admiral for sure.
Well, guess what, Pat? I was gonna do what Luke thought you were gonna do. I'm gonna go Admiral because you know what? It's one of the best season 1 episodes in my opinion.
Interesting. I knew that one was coming, but that's okay.
You could read me like an open book, apparently, like I said
Char.
that one time in trivia.
Well,
My
I did take your question, so yes, I can read you like a
My
book, but
friends,
anyway.
it's indeed an admiral to me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to say it's an Admiral too. I think it does a lot for Kanan and Ezra's relationship. I think this is one of the deepest character character development for Kanan specifically, because he finally is able to understand, hey, like I've got to teach this kid how to become a Jedi.
Fine, I'm seeing the chat, Ellen. I'll upgrade it to Admiral.
Oh no!
You can't succumb to the hate.
You cannot be persuaded.
Well, it's not hate, it's pressure. Just because everyone else is saying it doesn't mean you got to change what you think. Okay.
Hey, if that was the system and it worked that way, Chris would have changed his
captain to you.
Ahsoka trial arc from a youngling to something else.
It's a personal favorite because I really enjoy it. It's just like there's so many more that like it doesn't get me energized. And I think it's because we see dead Luminara, and I love Luminara.
You love Luminara. That's
I
interesting.
love no. I think she gets a lot of bad hate that she doesn't deserve.
I mean, a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that she gets a bad rap.
Yeah, you can listen to our episode about Ahsoka's Walkabout where we talk about that in depthly.
Ah, and how ironic that I have that up. Pep says Admiral. Chaco says Admiral as well. Ven says Admiral. Kenny says Admiral. Brian with the beard, thanks for coming. Says Admiral, and so does Pep.
We have an
Already, of course.
overwhelming amount of admirals in the chat. I think
And
that's
I
what.
will go ahead.
I think
and
that was
give
the
it an
giveaway
Admiral.
for Pat to be like, you know what, this is an admiral.
Yeah, it's an admiral. It's an admiral. But guys, that is going to be it for episode 63 of the podcast. Pat, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
Well, I'm mostly active on TikTok at @SaintPat_separatistRebel, and then again on Twitter at @SaintPat_of_stars.
Nice. Hereth?
You can find me. I say it every single time, every single week. I just have the same saying. It just after a while, you just hear in the back of your mind. You go to sleep and you're just like you just hear your plugs and it's just echoing.
Yeah.
I'll do it anyway. Hereth Productions on TikTok. Hereth Productions on Instagram. Hereth_edits on Twitter. Yes, _gang. Get that up. _gang. Hereth_edit on Twitter. And then you can find me here, slaving away in the editing dungeon for the Pod Ones podcast.
Yes, he does good work.
I get a cookie every once in a while from Luke.
Yeah. He does a really good job. And Char, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
Good people, you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at CharCharJ, as spelled right here. And you can find me here at the Pod Ones podcast every Thursday night as we cover our Star Wars Rebels rewatch. Next week, what's the episode we're going to be covering?
Why'd you catch me off guard? Why'd you have to do that?
I didn't catch you off guard. I caught you lacking. Okay.
Breaking Ranks.
Breaking
and Out of
Reigns.
Darkness.
We're covering that next week. Season
It's a
1, episode
two-parter.
6.
It's a two-parter, I think. I think this is our second arc of the rewatch.
Yeah, so season 1, episode 6 and 7 next week, called Breaking Reigns. And you can find us at on here every Sunday for our House of the Dragons watch along. And after this, for Thursday, we will be having our Lord of the Rings watch along. Rings of Power.
Are you going to be on this week? Because you've been slacking, my
Sunday?
guy. Yes.
Well, let's see. What time do the Bears play on Sunday?
Oh my God. Yes, everybody in chat, please clown this kid.
No.
Clown him.
No.
Okay.
His team got beat by a touchdown and a field goal. They got beat by lost by
they got
2
blown
touchdowns.
out. No, it was 27-7, I believe.
No, it was 24 to 10.
Okay, so the Bears play at noon on Sunday. So yes, expect me to be there for the House.
All right, about damn time.
Remember
in a minute, sentimental.
Man or woman to put me up. Okay, I get it. I haven't been on for a House of the Dragon watch along in 3 weeks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Brian.
Charge just coming on the House of Dragons because he's been on me with all week.
Yeah, I've been Pat. You've been here all week, so I mean, might as well like stick with the theme.
Anyway, you
Except
guys
for Rings of Power, you get a Pat break for Rings of Power.
Yeah, we do get a Pat break for Rings of Power, but
that would be too much Pat.
We got a fun little group for tonight, which we will be starting here in about an hour and a half. Maybe it's closer to 2.5 hours. But you guys can follow us at the Pod Ones Podcast on TikTok, the Pod Ones Pod on Instagram, and Pod Ones Podcast on Twitter. If you guys like our content, like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. It would help us a long way. We're past the halfway point to 1,000. So
we're almost at 700.
Yeah, we're almost at 700. If you like our House of Dragon, Rings of Power, Andor, Star Wars content, like it, comment, share it if you would like. That would help us immensely. Pat,
you guys should do a thing where if you guys get to 1,000, you do a resistance watch through.
We're already planning to do one, but we might.
It's gonna be a while from now.
Honestly, for 1,000 subs, I've been thinking about starting merch. Maybe.
I was gonna say, do We could do something crazy, but I'll suggest it off stream.
Ooh, interesting.
If you need an artist for merch design, do you know where to look?
That's very true. But that's gonna be it. On to the next one for life.
We are all the Republic.
And may the force be with you.
Always.
Always. See you guys.